35% of our deal making students are focused on consulting for equity deals instead of just buying a business as an owner investor. What's consulting for equity, you ask? I got you.
Beyond your paycheck, it's surges of cash that you can use to grow your net worth and feed your investments.
Hey, Chris Moore here, your Surges of Income podcast host and your intentional investor focused on teaching people and mentoring people out there just like you on how to create surges of income in your life. If you want to learn more about surges of income, watch the video. Got a lot of really great stuff in there. I explain it in detail. And then watch my podcast every week. Which is interesting, I'm about to record a podcast live in just a few minutes and give you a little outline of what consulting for equity specifically is. Okay, so as you know, I'm the COO and Carl's partner at Dealmaker Wealth Society. We teach business acquisitions, and one of the styles of acquisitions that we teach is called consulting for equity. And that's when you go and you can plug in what you do best into someone's business for a percentage of equity or revenue of the business, rather than having to buy your way in or buy the business outright, or just get hired directly as a consultant or an employee. It's a way where you can have ownership in companies doing what you already do. And there's lots of different ways that you could do consulting for equity depending on your skill level, depending on how successful you've been, and really how well you can predict success by plugging in what you do into someone else's business. As well as there's really a lot that goes into finding the right person to position a consulting for equity deal too. Not everyone's going to be interested in that. So I teach a lot about this. I've taught this on stage many times. We've got a course about it. And if you want, in the comments, I'll put a link where you can get access to our consulting for equity training bundle. It's less than $50. It's got some really good information. I'd really encourage you to give that a shot and go watch it. And I'll dive really, really deep into the topic in that video and tell you exactly how you can get started. But just a couple different ways that you can do consulting for equity. There's a lot of ways. Imagine if you're young and you don't have a lot of money, but you want to get into a business acquisition, you want to buy a business, you want to become a business owner and stop building somebody else's legacy. You can go in and take a lot of time off of the business owner's plate by maybe doing one of the roles in the business in lieu of equity. There's other ways. If you've had a lot of really great, indisputable big wins, people can come to you and say, hey, I want you to do to my business what you just did to this business. And instead of taking them on as a client and charging them a retainer fee, you can do that and you can get a percentage of equity in the business. There's so many different ways to do it. So I'm not going to get too deep into all of that right here in this video. It's a short video, but go in the comments or go in the description and find the consulting for equity link. Go buy my training bundle. I know you'll absolutely love it. Watch the podcast episode that I'm about to record. You'll probably see it already up here because it renders a little bit quicker than this video. So a couple different ways that you can tap into consulting for equity deals is, number one, you can find a business that has a major problem that needs solving. And if you have the abilities and skill sets and resources to solve that problem, you could plug yourself in and take a percentage of equity to do so. Another way is maybe you have someone who needs to exit the business quickly but doesn't really want to sell it. You could step in, take over the business, run it from the day to day, and continue to grow and build their legacy forever. And you can do that in lieu of equity. Rather than taking it on as a job, it allows you to have actual equity in the business. Another way it can happen is if you have some incredible skills and you've had a lot of indisputable wins and you're knocking out of the park for your clients, instead of continue to take on new clients, you can say, hey, I'm only working with people now where I'm a partner in the business, and then stop consulting and doing marketing and having these clients. Instead, become their partner, and for the right person, it's a great opportunity. And one thing to be really clear about with equity, do you really need equity in people's businesses? Kind of depends, right? If a business has the intention of selling in the future, rather than just working for them as a contractor or as a consultant or as an employee, if you do a consulting for equity deal and you get part of their business and part of their equity, you can participate in the exit and the upside. Compared to a business that has no want or desire to exit, maybe it's not the best thing. Maybe just being an employee or a consultant is a better option for you. So there's a lot of things to think about. There's a lot of different ways to do consulting for equity deals. I dive into it really, really deep, not only in the podcast here, but also in the video that I'm linking in the product bundle I'm linking inside of the description. So I'd encourage you to go check that out. So if you're a consultant, maybe you're a marketer, maybe you're just really good at what you do and you can bring a lot of positive change to a business, you may be asking yourself, how do I get equity in somebody else's company? And how would I even ask that? Well, I've got a training that I did on that, and I put a link in the description where you can go and get access to that training, as well as watch this podcast episode that I'm about to record. I'm sure we're going to dive into that at some level. So if you're new to my channel, I encourage you to please like and subscribe. Watch my video on surges of income. It's really powerful. It really outlines exactly what I'm focused on and what I'm mentoring people just like you to be able to accomplish, and how you can tap into a lot of money really quickly like I do that can really help you grow your net worth, allow you to have a lot more power for your investing, and it will change your entire life. Please consider watching my Surges of Income video where I explain it in detail. You can click this button here and get to the video. Also, if you have some questions, you have some comments, please let me know. I want to hear from you. Do you want to be mentored live by me on my podcast? Let me know in the comments below. Watch that video on Surges of Income, and I will see you in the next video.